is supposed to be automatically. Just make sure that's set up here accordingly. I'm not going to mess with this. Okay, basically the way to check to see if your late fees are set up properly, you can go to each individual property page, or you can just go to reports. We're going to go to property directory, and then we're going to add in the late fee settings. And the way to do that, and this is with nearly every report in the system that will be just like this, you can add and subtract columns or sort by clicking on this button. And then we're going to add in the late fee type. We can add in late fee type if you need to. We can add in the grace period, that's what I'm looking for right now. I just want to know our late fee is going to charge if I actually go and do it. And it looks like they are, because right now it's a 4-day, 5-day grace period for most of the properties. So if I go to charge late fees, it is going to pick up anyone that's late at my property. So just want to make sure that your grace period, days are set up. And remember, let's just say, for example, it's the first of the month and you have a 1-day grace period. What that means is on the second, tenants are late. If it's a 3-day, they're going to be late on the 4th. If you actually put a 0, they're late that day on the 1st. So I wouldn't really recommend doing that. I have seen people do that. But anyway, that's how you check to see if your late fees are set up correctly. So now let's go charge some late fees. I know Diego. Did I move him out? I spelled it wrong. Diego Avila. He is late. I know he's late. He's chronically late. He owes $3,000 and 1 cent already. So what I can do for the first way to do late fees is just go directly to the tenant page. If you know there's one that you want to get, posted to their ledger immediately. So we're going to go to the tenant page. And you can see here that they have the late fee. So now if you want to charge them, you just go over to task. We click charge late fees. And as you can see, this is going to bring up just Diego because we're only looking at him. If you wanted to show everyone, you could just delete him altogether, and it'll bring up every single tenant. But we're just looking at Diego right now. Go ahead and click search. And it's going to calculate that he has a $35 late fee. And that's just based on the setting that I have. I just have a $35 flat, 0 per day. If it was, say, $5, $10 per day, then you would see that accumulate based on the late fee grace period and I only have a 1-day grace period for him. So you would probably imagine you'd add in $25 more, or $20, excuse me. So, yeah, that'll give you a breakdown. Let's go ahead and charge that. And when you do charge it, it's going to tell you 1 base late fee for $35 and then posted. If we go back to Diego, we open up his tenant ledger, we're going to see that this $35 is posted, which is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. The other way we can do it is we go to accounting, we go to receivables, and we can click late fees. Here's where you can drill down per property. You can drill down just by tenant, just to see if they're late, or see if they're eligible. So yeah, this is another way you can do it. If I click search, it should bring up everyone that's eligible. So Alex, he's subject to late fees, and then James Jones as well. So those are the 2 ways to do it. So I'll pause for a brief moment to see if there's any questions. All right, so yeah, those are pretty straightforward. So I did get a question, how do you reverse the late fee? 2 ways to do it. You can go to accounting, receivables, and charges. And you can see Diego, he has this $35 late fee that's unpaid. If you want to reverse it, we'll just go ahead and open it. And we can click reverse charge. And we'll get a reversal date. I actually did that on the 6th. Then we click reverse charge, and it'll tell you the charge for Diego has been removed. It's no longer going to show up on his tenant ledger. Question: how do we send the notice to tenants that a late fee was assessed? I mean, you can send a couple of items. You can send the tenant unpaid charges if you want to. I mean, tenant unpaid charges. Who did I charge one for? Just gonna look real quick. And let's see. If there was like a late fee, like I can charge one for Diego real quick. I can't remember. Let's see. Nope, not yet. So we'll charge him one, and I'll show you what it's gonna look like. And let's go ahead and charge that $35. And now if I go back to reporting, I go to tenant unpaid charges summary. No, excuse me, this is going to be tenant unpaid charges. I was just confused. So the difference between these two is if you want to see all unpaid charges from all your tenants, is the summary. If you just want to see for one person, which is charges. Let's put in Diego. We'll run the report. You'll see here's the late fee for $35. And what we could do if we want to send it directly to them, there's always up here, there's a couple of items you can click customize. It'll just take you back to the report, or if you want to put in someone else. Results. That's when you do the results. Save if you want to actually save this report. Email. You can email this, so you just put in whatever his email is. You can put in a note. Hi, you are late. Thanks. And then when you click send email, we can go to Diego's tenant page. And we'll see here, that didn't go through, but this should run. That's not going to show up on there. I'm sorry, I might be thinking about something else. But the email will go to the tenant, and you put in a note to let them know that their rent's late. So that's how you can send it to them. Question: is this webinar recorded? I believe it is. And if it is, I believe it's up online. Actually, I'm not quite sure if these are recorded any longer. I'm just not 100% sure. But if it is, it would be on our website, help.appfolio.com. How can we set up for a specific tenant to get an automatic email receipt that their rent was received? We don't have a feature like that, but I would definitely suggest sending that to our product suggestion team. And that's found under help and training. And then make a suggestion. And then here you can search to see if anyone has submitted that idea, like automatic email, something like that. So you can always search to see if that's in there. And then you can always vote on the idea, and you can get feedback. And you can see, we have people that go in and they actually leave comments to see if we're going to release the feature or not. All right, so late fees. No more questions on that. Those are pretty straightforward. Like I said, you just want to make sure that if you are going to have them automated, they get set up by someone in your database. I go in the general settings. And then manage accounting settings. Just want to go over a couple more questions. I'm trying to get through as many as I can. Don't remember where I left off. But let's see here. Let's see. So NSF, I can go over that. That one's pretty easy. And that was kind of another reason why I was explaining why making deposits is so important. Because without making a deposit on the receipt, you won't be able to process an asset. And I'll show you. So we'll just go to the tenant. And of course, this is for any receipts that have been put in manually. If a tenant paid online, it's going to come back automatically through the system. You don't even have to do this. So since this was a manual receipt, we're going to click on the tenant ledger. And the payment that Toby gave me, let's just pretend that his payment bounced. We were talking in third person. So what we need to do is open up the receipt, whichever one bounced, we need to open it up. And again, it has to be deposited in order for this button to show up. It's called Process NSF. Once we click that, we're going to give the date of the NSF. So I was told this bounced today. It was really quick. Bank fee is what you are being charged for the bank, from the bank, for the return check. So in this case, $25. You're going to want to tie it to the GL account for your bank fees. And then here's where you're going to tell the system to put in a tenant charge if you do charge them anything. So at Great Lakes, we charge $50. Pretty steep. So now we just need to tell system which GL account we need to use to put on the tenant ledger. In this case, it's NSF fees collected. The reason why we're putting in the bank fee is that the system is going to create a journal entry. That journal entry is going to decrease the property balance by $25 to represent that bank fee because, you were charged for that. So the system is just taking care of a couple steps for you. So as long as you're all set, you can go ahead and click Process NSF. And now if we go back to the tenant ledger, we can refresh it. And we're going to see a couple of items have posted. You're going to see a reversal receipt for 705, which is going to basically nullify this. It's just going to wash. So now they still owe 705, but we also have the NSF fee charge. So we have the $50 that also posted that I put on the little screen that I was just at. So that's the first part. The other part that the system's taking care of you is if you actually go to the original receipt, and you can, deposit by going to the receipt. You click on the receipt. You can find this bank deposit right here. It's always going to be under bank deposit. Click on the link. You're going to see that there's a negative deposit. And what this is doing is actually reducing the original bank deposit by the 705. So the system's taking care of a few things for you here. If not, you would have to do all this yourself. So that's the long and short on how to take care of a tenant NSF. System does a beautiful job of taking care of a few things for you. So I hope that answered your question. Is there a better way to search for receipts by typing in an address or name? You won't be able to find like a receipt, but what you can do is if you're looking for specific receipts, you can just go to counting receivables and receipts. That's one way to find them. That's the most clear and direct. Or you can go to reporting, the reports. And what we can do is under transaction reports, we're going to look under income registered. And to pull up all properties, we just wouldn't put anything in here. Receipt date range, I'm just looking to the first of the month. And I can just click filter. And as you can see, I have all of the receipts that I've entered in. I had 2 for myself, 1 for Darren, and then here's that negative receipt that the system put in for me. So that's another way to go find receipts. Either way, I think this one might be a little bit easier to have all of it right in front of you. If you were just to go to accounting and receivables, you're kind of limited to, I believe it's 3 months. So if I try to put in, going back to July, day range must be 3 months. So if you need to see a bigger scope than 3 months, definitely use income register. And just wanted to pause. See if there's any questions on that. NSF, that's a pretty easy feature. And like I said, if your clients are paying online, you don't even have to worry about this. You need to literally think of what I just said. But that's only for manual receipts. Is that $50 paid to the management company? That depends. That'll depend on your property setup. Let's see. Where do I live? Is it Hollywood? It is Hollywood. It is. So the way to check that is you want to go to your property page and then scroll down to management fees. And if you have, a contractual agreement with your owner that you're going to actually receive this money instead of the owner, because if I was to go pay the owner right now, guess what? That $50 after I pay that charge on my tenant ledger, that money is going to be available to the owner. If you don't want that, this is how you change it. We go to the property page, look under management fees, click edit, and then here we would just add in NSF fees collected. If you collect 100%, you're going to want to put that here. And you're going to want to, if you don't want this to show on the owner statement, you'll want to select the option to suppress this from the owner statement. So now what this does with this setup, if you go to run your management fees for this property, let's put in the receipt just so I can show you. I'm just going to pay this really quickly, just the $50. So here, and so now that $50 has been paid. Perfect. Since we just told the system that, hey, anytime there's NSF fees, Great Lakes gets them. George and Martha Washington, not so much. So the way to get that to yourself is you go to accounting and payables. We go to pay management fees. And we can just type in 125 Holly Avenue. Click search. And we are going to see that this $50 is right here. Additional fees for January, that's been collected. That's here. Perfect. So the way to not get that to the owner, you just click post. And what that's going to do is going to post the management fee for this property. And now this cannot be paid to the owner. This $50 cannot be paid to the owner because this is not being paid to Great Lakes. So that's how you get that to yourself if you're going to receive this. So again, it's on the property page. Set that up. Got a question. What is the difference between save and save at another? Was that in the receipts? I believe you saw that. Yeah, so if you're going to do save it, here's a, thank you for reminding me. A good way, if you have a stack of manual receipts to enter in, you can start typing in the name. If they have any open charges, you can click save. If you click save, it's just going to record just this receipt. Say you have a stack of 20, 50, whatever it is. You can just click save and add another. We can start typing in more names. And we can pick up save and add another. Isn't this great? I'm not even looking. I suggest you look when you're looking at these receipts because I'm just going at will. So those are all been paid. So save and add another, that's a really nice, quick and easy way to put in a ton of receipts in a short amount of time. Is there any other questions? We'll try to go back up to the older ones. I apologize again if I missed your question. But like I said, if you need to, go ahead and submit a support request. Question: will the system automatically post the online payment? If that is correct, it will. It will do it. Mine's not set up for online payments, but basically you would see if someone like say Daryl paid online, you'd see his name in parentheses that would say paid online. That's how you know if it was paid online. It'll give you like a little indicator on the receipts, accounting, receivables, and receipts. Another way, if you want to catch, see everything that's come in, I'd go back to this income register report and then run it for all properties. And then what you're going to want to look for is type. In the type, it's going to say CC. If it's a credit card, it's going to say ACH. If it was made by, online check. In a way that you can sort it by type, again, is going to the right of the description column. Clicking on this, you get this out of the way, and then we show in groups by type. It won't do anything here, but it'll basically sort it. You can put your ACHs at the top, and then it'll go CC, and then it'll go to your normal receipts below that. So this is a great way to sort reports. It looks a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit more segregated. So good way to find that. And let's see here, trying to pull some older questions, so bear with me. Like I said, if I missed it, please submit a support request. We'd be happy to reach out and get you a proper answer. Let's see. I wanted to know if there's a way to upload and scan a document, like if it's a 30-day notice. You can. What you can do is you'll just scan the document to your desktop, and then what you'll do is you'll go to the tenant page. I'm just going to pick on anyone. So we'll go here, and if you have the file on your desktop, what you can do is drag and drop it right into attached files, or you can just click upload. So that's how you can put in any notices or any documents that you want attached to just that tenant. Same idea for the property as well. You can always put it under attached files. You can always drag and drop it as long as it's local. What I mean by local is it's not on like a shared drive. Like if your company has like a way that you access files, it has to be local to your computer. So if it's on your desktop, it'll work perfectly. Let's see here. How do we know if tenant is set up online? Yeah, we can do that. We can go to reporting. Reports, and then we go to the tenant directory, and then again, you just want to make sure you're filtering this correctly. Tenant status all, type all, that's fine. We'll just click filter, and again, we'll want to add in a column. So over here, make sure that I maybe make a note. This is a really good way to customize your reports. And what we'll do here is we'll add in tenant portal activated. So if anyone has activated, it is going to show here. I only have one, and it's me. So you'll see a Y indicator in tenant portal. You can even go further. You can see how much they have. You can see how many online payments they actually have, and their total. So if there are any, it'll appear here, and you can kind of see what's going on. So that's a good way to do that. The tenant goes to Ace or 7-Eleven to pay rent. How are we notified that rent is paid? You will get an indication here. It will pop up in your receivables that you have paid that a tenant has paid online. So that's a good way to check. And again, like I said, it's going to say paid online. So I hope that makes sense. Can the residents see the files that you upload? No, they cannot. Anything that's uploaded in Appfolio, they cannot see. A little bit different for owners. Let's say you put in a file for George and Martha Washington. Like right here, there's this attached file. Let's say that their owner portal is set up and you want to share a document. You click this button. I've already shared it. So if you want to stop, you just click stop. You want to reshare it, just click share. And again, this goes to their owner portal, so when they log in, they can see specific documents that you shared to them, whether it's a contract or photos from an inspection or something like that. You can always upload it here. How do you set up tenants that are paying online? If you mean by that, setting up online payments, that's actually for them to do. It is a service they can, whether you make them do it or not, that's up to them to put in like a manual payment, or they can set up automatic payments, and that's done on their tenant page. If I can remember, kind of show you what it looks like. I'll probably forget my password. Oh, I didn't. Perfect. So, in case you don't know, this is what the tenant portal looks like. We just revamped it. Looks a whole heck of a lot better than it did. Not to say that it didn't before, but it's a lot easier to navigate. So if they want to set up auto payments, this is where they would go. They can just pay now, pay one time, or they can set up automatic payments. And it's going to ask if you want to pay by e-check or credit card, credit or debit. I'm going to point out the difference between these two. Again, this is really important. We do get a lot of calls, from tenants, especially that are saying, why the heck am I being, charged? Well, we do give them a heads up. We're not trying to hide anything. We do tell them there is a convenience fee. And if they want to, they can even switch to e-check. So if they ever try to say, well, I wasn't told, I would beg to differ because it was, it's stated right there. But they can only switch to e-check, and this is free. You can see right here, convenience fee is $17, but it's automatically rebated. You don't have to worry about doing anything, processing anything. It's all done, at the time of the transaction. So that's how they would do it, and they can set up their account. Don't worry, there's nothing in here in that's fake. You can figure out the rest of those numbers in the routing. Then they can always name it whatever they want. They can name it monthly. So that's how they do that. I mean, it's up to them to get their payments set up. But to send it out, that's just done under reports and then tenant portal activation. And here's going to tell you as well if anyone has activated and the last time the activation was sent. So that's another good way. Question about the owner portal. You can actually send that out here, owner portal announcement. And if you just want to do it in mass, just go ahead and click search. I only have a few owners, so if I were to click email, it's going to send it to just these 3 owners. Because I don't have one for investment corp. It's just a building. So that's how you send it out. All right, so I just wanted to move on to the receipts, owner receipts. These are pretty straightforward. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on them because, you barely use them. They are useful, but something you're not really going to encounter. So under owner receipt, this is where you're going to put in a receipt for, if an owner gives you money to put into the bank account. This is where you're going to do it. So George gave me money for 125 Holly Avenue. And he gave me $50. And it's just an owner contribution. Just said, make a deposit. Of course, you don't have to put anything, but, I just like to be a little bit more, just a little bit more detail. So all you need to do is click save. And then what this is going to do is just put $50 on the property. We can always just go to, we can go check on the general ledger. We can click on here, click on the property. And then right here, we have the general ledger. So we click that. We just run it for today. You'll see, George gave us $50. So there it is. It increased our property balance to $50. So we're good to go there. So owner receipts, again, those are pretty straightforward. Only use these for, for the owners giving you money for whatever it is. You can change the GL account, but it's just going to be a capital. So if you see one on here, you're like, oh, none of these are going to work. You would need to go to accounting, GL accounts, and then you'll just want to add a new GL account. Make sure it's a capital. And then once you save this, it'll appear in this list over here. So again, if you don't have anything that quite matches what you want to put in as a capital, say there's something specific that a CPA or accountant tells you to use, that's how you